Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan Battle video. And today we are going to look at the Porunga Dragon Ball wishes that you can make during the 350 million download celebration. Now, they're being very, very generous for us, right? And they are giving us 3 full sets of wishes. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you how to get the first set of 7. And then what I will do is I will release separate videos at the beginning of each of the next sets so that you will always have that coming out like right when you need them. The other thing I'll do is in the description, I'll actually link this page from the Dokkan Wiki. That they've got all 21 balls listed right now if you want to look at it ahead of time. But I figure we'll just take it on a week-by-week basis. Now, there are a couple of interesting things to note here. So first thing is, before I even get into how you get the Dragon Balls, I do want to talk about the wishes and what wishes I would recommend you make. To be honest, like back in the day, these Dragon Ball wishes, it used to just be like the top 3 were like the ones that everybody picked. But they've done a really good job of like balancing and like making almost every tier worth it in some capacity, depending on what type of player you are, right? So basically, and you're going to get to choose 3 of these with each set of Dragon Ball wishes. So basically, you're going to be able to do 9 total choices. So you're going to be able to do, so like let's say you want the top 3. You could pick that 3 for the first week. You could do that 3 for the second week and that 3 for the third week if you wanted to, right? You could really spread it around and mix it up. So the first wish is to get 7 tickets for the 350 banners that you got. You know, it's the same banner that you could use like the Memorial Dragon Stones on. So if you want to go in on those banners more, definitely pick up the tickets. 3 of each typing of Grand Kai, which is really awesome. We have hidden potential orbs, and they even throw in a few hourglasses now. We have the meat items. We have the keys. This is 777 incredible gems and then a bunch of support items. And then this big one at the bottom where they kind of took like, because they used to always have like awakening medals and Zenny and training items as separate wishes. And they were just never worth it because they're very easily farmable materials, right? But for a newer player now, they lumped all of them together and you just get this giant batch of like very useful materials, right? So my general recommendation is for the wishes. It's going to depend on your account, right? But I would prioritize getting things that are not farmable. The things that are not farmable are the tickets, the Grand Kais, hidden potential orbs, the meat, and the keys. So those I would prioritize first if you find those useful to you. The 777 gems, like if you're someone that's really frustrated that you can't buy like the cooler Baba Shop and you need it to do the Frieza EZA and you want it like right away, if you're really low on incredible gems, this isn't the worst choice. Just keep in mind that everything in here is farmable. If you're willing to grind the game, you can get all this stuff, right? Same with this bottom one. This bottom one is like, I would say this is more useful if you have like a very fresh account. Like, let's say you just started during the 6-year anniversary or the Videl celebration, or you're just starting right now, you might want to grab this at least one time just to like jumpstart your account and be able to like awaken characters and have some Zenny and things like that, right? But like I said, my recommendation is picking from these top 5. Now, story keys, this is something I've actually been getting asked to me in the comments of some of my videos because I've done a lot of videos that involve the free-to-play Master Roshi, the physical UI Goku, and the Tech Tien and Roshi, and they are like ridiculous free-to-play units. Well, there's a lot of players that didn't farm them up all the way, or maybe they started like right at the end and they didn't really realize that they needed to farm them or whatever, and now they see how good they are and they really want them. Story keys are very useful because you can go back and play events that aren't currently active. Now, if you're looking specifically for like the 6-year anniversary stuff, just keep in mind that the way the keys work, you cannot access events with keys until they've returned a second time. So during the 6-year anniversary, the new event that had like the Roshi and the Tien and Roshi, those I do not believe you can access with keys right now. So just keep that in mind. If that would be your reasoning for grabbing the keys, I would not grab them. But if there's other like older stuff, like you just want to have access to be able to grind stuff when you want, keys are not the worst choice, especially if you're a newer account. If you're an older account, like they give you plenty of keys over time. It's just, it's not a farmable resource. You only get them through missions and events like this, right? The meat is good for like, I would say this is really good for like whales that have so like someone who's a whale that like these tickets are like useless to them, like they're probably going to grab meat because basically grabbing meat saves you dragon stones. If you're someone that likes to play and grind a lot and like do stamina refreshes, the meat is actually a pretty good grab. My probably number one like universal choice, like no matter what type of player you are, I think potential orbs should be everyone's number one grab. Like I have a ton of potential orbs and it's still going to be like my number one choice just because you cannot farm these like infinitely, right? You just get your once a day event and then sometimes they'll do the weekend event, right? And then you can maybe buy some with Battlefield and things like that, but it's not like infinitely farmable. And part of what's going to make your account good is how much potential you can put into characters. So for example, if you're like, let's say you started during the 6-year anniversary, right? And it's like, man, Roshi and Tien and Roshi and whatever, they're all really good. But you want to put your orbs in the AGL UI Goku, right? Or into UI Goku. You don't want to put them into the free-to-play units. So by accessing something like this, you now have the choice to say, hey, I've got some expendable orbs. I can do some of these free-to-play units. And I don't have to focus on just my Dokkan Fest and LRs, right? So I do recommend most people grab potential orbs. Kais are really good for your probably newer to average player that needs these. My account, I actually don't know if I'll grab these because I've got like almost 300 purple Elder Kais, like the actual Elder Kais that you can use on anything, in addition to a bunch of these. So I don't know that I'm going to grab these. I might grab tickets just because they're fun, and there still is like unfeatured stuff I could use, but I'm for sure grabbing orbs. If I don't, my gut is that I would just grab the top 3, but if I don't grab Kais, I would probably take meat. Keys, I think I'm pretty good on keys. I actually don't use keys that often. I'm a player that like I grind every free-to-play unit when it comes out, when the event is live. I don't care if they're good or not, and I recommend you guys do it too. Like grind everything. What they're showing us with this Ginyu event, they're now requiring you to use Team Bardock. So like if you never grinded Team Bardock, now you're finding you need that. And I guarantee these Ginyu EZAs are going to be used for another EZA. They're probably going to connect it to the Bardock one. When the Bardock's EZA, they're going to probably require you to bring the Ginyu stuff in. We've already seen with these really ridiculous Prime Battle EZAs, you have to have a bunch of free-to-play like rainbowed units. So like, I just recommend you grind everything out. You don't have to put orbs in right away on free-to-play units, but I would at least grind them so that way if you find out you need it, you can put the orbs in later. The really cool thing, I'm going off a little bit here, but I just want to say with the Ginyu Force, the thing that's really cool, I think they're the first fully free-to-play, like in every way, like rainbowed, EZA'd, and equipped unit. So what I mean by that is the unit itself is free to farm up. The potential orbs are free. The Ginyu Force uses special orbs, so you don't even need these for Ginyu Force, which is really great. You farm up all their orbs, you rainbow them, you get their super attack, all that for free. Their EZA event, is accessible and easy and free, but then you also get to farm up their equips through the new event. So like when we're talking like a full unit from start to finish, including equips, the Ginyu Force is the first to actually do that. And then Bardock will follow once they get their EZAs, right? Because Bardock and Ginyu, like the Bardock squad was full free-to-play farmable, including equips, but they just haven't got an EZA yet. So the Ginyu Force is the first fully farmable, free-to-play equips and EZA'd team, which is really, really wild to me, right? And in case you're not aware, for those of you that are maybe newer players, when units EZA, the strategy you want, especially for free-to-play units, you want to farm up an extra super attack level 5 copy of the character, because then you can awaken it and feed it in when they get super attack level 15. So like, let's say you finish all the content that's like released so far, and you like are looking for something to do, farm up Birder, super attack level 5. Farm up Int Ginyu, super attack level 5. Farm up an extra copy on the side so that when their EZAs drop, you can just farm them in, feed them in right away, right? So anyways, sorry, I was off on a little tangent there, but in terms of like the items you should pick, I think that's pretty good advice there, right? So the first set of Dragon Balls, we'll just go through really quick. And then there is an interesting thing here that is causing some rumor in the community. So I thought I would address that as well. So, I'm posting this on day 2, so these first 2 will be available when this video goes up. But clear stage 1 of just one of the new story events, very, very easy. Some of you probably already hit this and didn't even like know what you're doing, and it probably just popped up, right? So on August 27th, and it's nice because all the dates are here. So we're going to cover everything through September 1st. So all you have to do is just perform a Z Awakening. So that could just be like a a friend summon unit that you awaken from R to SR, or someone that you awaken from N to R. Like just it's a Z awakening, right? It's pretty easy. Or make someone SR to SSR. It's just awaken a character basically. Then on the 28th, just consume 77 stamina. Very easy. The 29th, equip a skill orb. Now, if you don't have a lot of skill orbs, all you do is just go into that free-to-play Ginyu orb event, just grab any skill orb and just throw something on a Ginyu member. That's all you got to do for that. Collect 7 int key spears and clear a stage. So what I recommend you do is you bring the int poir item, support item, into a stage, and then just use it somewhere where you can, and just make sure you grab at least 7 int orbs. When it says collect 7 int key spears and clear a stage, it doesn't have to be in one grab. So throughout the entirety of the stage, at some point, as long as you grab 7 int key spears, you're fine. So it could happen naturally without you even trying, right? The next one after that is clear a stage with a team of characters made of the same type. So this is just a mono team. So just clear any stage with a full STR team or full tech team, whatever. If you're a really new player and you don't have like enough like SSRs to do like say a full mono team, you could just go into something like the Pan event that doesn't even require you to battle and just bring in like N's and R characters. It doesn't matter. As long as you can go into something and beat it, you're fine. So you could go into the punching bag and this should count, right? So like every player can do this, even if you're a fresh account. You could go into the punching bag with like N Tech Cybermen and still clear it, right? You're fine. So the last one on September 1st, this is for the first set. So once you get all 7 of these Dragon Balls, then you can pick 3 of those wishes I showed below. Clear a stage with a team of fusion category members. And just peeking ahead, every set has, well, actually, no, this set and the second set have a fusion requirement. So this is causing like confusion / rumor about why would they do fusion, because fusion literally has nothing to do with Planet Namek Saga, right? So it's like, what connection can we make from fusion to Planet Namek? And there's literally like no connection. I can't connect any of these fusion characters to Planet Namek in any way. The only way you could is like, here are some fusions that involve Frieza, right? There's like Cool Liza and then the Frieza Cooler or whatever. Like, that's about it. So the main theory that's going around is that we have these oddball Dragon Ball fusions unit that they're like a video game collaboration. So we're looking at like this Pandel, this Bullpan, what else? So the 2 I just talked about here, this like Cool Liza and this Selza or whatever he's called, and then like this Janembu, this guy Chowman, the meme Chowman, this Tiancha, which is a JP exclusive. We actually didn't get him on global. Weirus. And Weirus is one that people have like really clamored for like an EZA, right? So these are Dragon Ball fusions from an old like 3DS game. When it came out, they did this whole event. Well, when looking at when the units originally dropped, not like Awakenings, and there's other ones, like here's Karoli and there's Barlot. Like I might not have mentioned all of them, but there's a bunch of these just like fusions characters. Some of them don't even awaken. Like Beerus doesn't even awaken. Chowman doesn't awaken. You know, and then some of them have awakened, but they were so long ago they're not good. So something that people in the community have noticed is that the original Fusions collaboration happened in late August, which happens to be when these Porunga balls are coming out. It's late August, right? And Dragon Ball Fusions, it's like, when naturally would you try to fit them in? Like, what part of the reason they haven't awakened or EZA'd, because it's like, what event do they fit into? The only thing you could possibly do is maybe during like a Gogeta event or something, but like this Dragon Ball Fusions is such a random thing. So what some people are saying is, like, since there's nowhere to put it, maybe they're just going to throw it in like part 2 or part 3. They're going to do like a little mini Dragon Ball Fusion celebration, or maybe just keep it Namek, but just on the side, they're going to awaken and do something, and maybe a little side banner with Fusions units, right? To me, that seems, as crazy as it sounds, that seems like the most likely. Another theory I have is the fusions category means nothing. Just for some reason, they want you to use fusions. Another theory could be that like they're going to like really lead into anniversary, like after this or like at the end of this. And so maybe they're going to get heavy, like right into movies again. Like they're going to have Namek like lead right into movies again, and they're going to start to do more Gogetas or something. That could be another idea. Now, another theory I have that I don't know that I've heard anybody bring up before, and I think probably because it's extremely not likely, But the only like fusion connection I can make with Planet Namek is like Piccolo fused with Nail, right? And in Dokkan currently, Piccolo and Nail fused is not considered fusion category. Well, what if Dokkan rectifies their fusion category and includes characters like Super 17, Nail fused with Piccolo, Kami fused with Nail, right? And maybe they change Piccolo's name to actually Piccolo fused with Nail when he actually does, or fused with Kami when he actually does. Give us some more named Piccolos. Maybe the Part 2 LR is a Piccolo fused with Nail, and they're going to decide to rectify and put all those on the fusion category, and they're going to go really heavy on you having, I don't know, this Piccolo with Nail fusion, or maybe there's a free-to-play farmable LR like Roshi or something. I don't know. I know that seems out there, and it seems odd that they would, typically they wouldn't do a requirement based on a singular unit, right? So I think that's pretty unlikely. To me, the most likely scenario is they are going to do like a little mini Dragon Ball Fusions thing, or it's just totally unrelated and who knows why it's there. It could literally just be an error. I don't know, but that's going to be one of the requirements. So anyways, guys, hopefully this helps. Anyways, that's the first 7 balls. I'm going to record the videos for the other balls right now, but I'll put them out like closer to when you're actually going to need that data. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.